Fellow Gambians, my name is Ambassador Isa Bokar C. Brothers and sisters of the Republic of the Gambia, within and outside, a third-term agenda is indeed a stain and a stigma on democracy. Well, when one realizes a stain on a given material or an object or a structure, whether it is physical or within a given context, shredding that material, destroying it, is not the best option. The best option is to wash it clean, then remove the stain. Democracy itself has given us the detergent to use to clean that stigma or that stain from democracy itself, particularly democracy in the Gambia. We all may not see things the same way, but one thing is obvious, and that is an individual can claim to be entitled to his or her own opinion, but no individual can claim to be entitled to his or her facts. Facts are stubborn, nobody can control them. Now, what is the best way to clean that stain or stigma which we have found in our democracy in the Gambia? It is by using democracy itself. Get your voters' card, participate, and elect leadership that will see national interest, not interest for one or a few, not for people who see leadership as an opportunity, but we should strive to get leadership that sees leadership as responsibility. That being the case, that very law is in the Constitution. Or therefore, democracy is not making it difficult for us. We are making it difficult for ourselves. Going to the polls and voting a regime out is faster than anything you can imagine. Therefore, we are the ones charged with the responsibility as citizens of the land to work hard and use democracy, use the legislature to remove the stain. When we come to that point, no one should think of a job offer or that our district or our region will be developed by an incumbent. No. What we should see is what will affect us today and affect the future generation that is going to inherit this country from us. We do hear excuses like there are no term limits in the Constitution of the United Kingdom, but we have a counterbalancing answer to that. And those people who say so are misleading the Gambian population. In the United Kingdom, even if it is not in the Constitution, those individuals in the Gambia, in a very callous way, using it as an excuse, know very well that there has never been a prime minister in the United Kingdom who used that excuse and cling to power. No. Well, we also have another side of history to teach those people to understand that the excuses they are using are callous and are derived from the mindset of those who see leadership as an opportunity but not a responsibility. After the Civil War in the United States of America, men of great characters like George Washington Jr. and his peers never stayed in power for more than 2 terms. And it was not stipulated in the US Constitution at that time. It is character, principle, and feeling obliged to serve national interest that guided them. Then those in the Gambia who are using these excuses to stop it, we cannot sit here and entertain the idea of using different references as laws in other countries, then make it possible in the mind of those who desire to stay in power for so many years to come. Anybody who does that, know that you are doing it for yourself, not for the nation. Third-term agendas are stigmas and jinxes and stains on democracy. In fact, we wonder why people who claim to be young, who were born after independence, would turn around and want to justify how to fortify themselves in power by making reference to laws that were here during the colonial era, and then come back to use laws that were here during the former regime, which the current one was shouting all over the place to say that the constitution that leader was using is not the best answer for Gambians who are yearning for change. Then we throw the question back to them. What is the difference between the desirous regime of the former president and the desirous regime of the current president when it comes to staying in power more than what is to be expected from a person or a system calling itself a democratic one? Gambia is still not on the list of countries that can call itself or themselves champions of democracy. The third-term agenda, or a constitution without term limits, is a stigma, is a stain, and a jinx in democracy. Thank you very much.